Oh my god! Oh my god! Look at this shit! It's crazy! Thank god this thing's a beast! Just look at those damage numbers. Hello Oasis and welcome back. I am that one guy for never, coming at you from the Omaticaya tribe here on Crystal Isles. So folks, we're here for our 4th event video. For any new members out there, I just want to give you a quick rundown. We run a player store here called Pandora Express, where we basically showcase dinos, items, we give them out each week. We have our restaurant called Satuli Canteen for all your consumable needs. Kibble, mind wipes, beers, consumables, everything like that we make in our restaurant. Now folks, what we will be doing is showcasing an item, a dino, and we do occasionally even have special giveaways. Hint, hint, something special for you later. So everything we give out is free, guys, but we do greatly appreciate tips, so please hit us up if you're feeling generous. Moving into our first thing, guys, we're going to do our item spotlight. Today I have for you Re-Fertilizer. So Re-Fertilizer. This is actually a really great PvE item, guys. So for those of you who are not familiar or maybe have not used this before, Re-Fertilizer is an item mainly for decorative uses. So perhaps during construction of your base you lost a fern or a tree or a rock that kind of looked really nice with your base. Re-Fertilizer allows you to make that respawn. Now it's a little bit finicky, guys, so let me kind of show you here how you use this. You have to equip it to your hotbar, and what you need to do is you need to try to find something that was once spawned in there. Now I've tested this previously, so I know for a fact right next to my snow owl there is a tree. So I'm just going to click this item, and as you can see, the tree grew back. Now, it has a very small radius, folks. 1 foundation. So you need to be right on it. It might be good to kind of spam these items. It has a 3-second cooldown, but you can kind of like move around an area just to see what might respawn. There are limitations, guys. So if you just chopped down a tree, you just harvested a bush, or broke down a boulder, you have to wait until this resource would naturally respawn before you can consume the Re-Fertilizer for it to respawn itself back in. Otherwise, nothing will happen. So be patient, you know, give it some time, and then come back and try to get it to respawn in. But I will say this, guys, just like my little tree here, it does add a nice little ambiance. I noticed over here as well. Yep, there it goes. I had another tree. So it might seem silly, but sometimes it can add just that nice little touch to your base. So do keep that in mind, folks. Next up, folks, is our Dino Spotlight. I got a fan favorite here for you guys. Oh, just look at our cute little buddies, our little otters here. Everybody loves their little otters. So I got a few different color options for you guys. I've got a light blue, I've got an orange, and I have gray. I can't guarantee what color I can get you guys, but I will do my best to get you a color that you want. So let's talk a little bit about the otters. So first thing that's really awesome about the otters, these are one of many shoulder mounts in the game. So if we take a look here, you can see in third person that this guy actually goes around my neck. And there's a couple cool things that this little buddy can do for you while he's up there. So first thing it can do is if we look here in my inventory, you are going to notice that my hypothermal and hyperthermal is boosted. Let me put them down so you can see the difference. I'm at 641 and 358. Alright. So, went all the way down to 113 and 114 with just my armor. So, really big difference. And how you can boost that effect is through melee. Their melee stat actually boosts the air conditioning effect. These guys are actually really fantastic, folks. You can take these guys into some of the ice caves, the desert, and a lot of times you won't even need the right armor to deal with the situation. So just for that sake, it is really useful. So we're going to move on to some other things that this little guy can do. Alright folks, so moving out here, so let's talk about the otter out in the field. So these guys are actually intended to be used, it's kind of an early game tame. Basically what you need to do, you're going to find them in locations such as this on Crystal Isles. They're out here in the water. You have to kill a fish, drag it to them, and you click Y, it feeds them, and that slowly builds up its passive tame bar. Now, otters are typically found in non-hostile environments, so it can be fairly easy to get them. It has changed over time. Certain maps it's a little more difficult, but on Crystal Isles this is a very safe place to get them. Now, once you have an otter, the way that you can use this, they're designed to be kind of like an early game hunter. They're excellent at getting fish for you. What you need to do here, folks, otter needs to be on your shoulder. You look at a fish, you double click Y to throw it. It should automatically go after the fish, just like that. It's aggroing it. It'll come back to you naturally. It does a cute little animation. See that guy? It did a little dance for you. Check its inventory. As you can see, it collected meat for me, and it collects silica pearls. What's amazing about this little guy, though, is he will rarely harvest black pearls for you as well. That's something that's pretty neat for people early on in the game. This can be an effective means of getting black pearls for some of those higher tier items. It's a pretty cool little feature, to be honest. I'm glad they entered that into the game. Now, another useful thing about the otters, folks, it actually ends up providing you with some backup. So when you're out in the field, you're fighting dinos. When you are engaging dinos, aggressive dinos, at melee range, the otter will provide support. So for example, we're going to have a wild raptor here. It's going to come after me. I'm going to start attacking it. Now you can see him doing 250 with the sword. But 65 is popping up there. That is my otter friend helping me out. Now when we do end up killing this raptor, when I go over to it, you'll even see this little guy will munch the corpse. So that is a really cool, effective means of quick disposal of the dino. If you look in here in the inventory, you'll see that it did, in fact, acquire the hide and the meat. Something else that's really cool about this guy is he is a little backpack, basically. The otter, when you put things in its inventory and put it on your shoulder, only half of the weight carries over to your character. Meaning that you could be storing certain items in there just to take a little burden off your character. Again, it is designed as an early game tame, so it can be useful for low level characters. Next up, we're going to talk about the most useful thing, in my opinion, which is relic hunting. What truly makes the otter super special, folks, very sought after, is its unique ability to hold relics. It is the only creature in the entire game that can hold an artifact. And what makes it even better is the fact that it can actually hold multiple artifacts, which is unusual because a character can only hold one at a time. So let me grab this here, guys, and you can see what I'm talking about. Now, sometimes these respawn right away, sometimes they do not. But for purposes here, I have an otter here to show you. As you can see, my otter is carrying 3 of the same relics right now. I'm going to add one more just so you can see. Carrying 4. Now, just to prove to you guys that this dino is unusual, as you can see, I cannot put this in my Dimorphodon. Trying another artifact here. It's not working. Let me go over to my RG. Nothing. Doesn't work, guys. So these little buddies are extremely useful for bossing. Basically, take these around with you. If you've got tribe mates, take these around with you. You can just start throwing them in the otter. You can pick up multiple. Just sit here for a few minutes while that respawns. And you can collect multiple artifacts at the same time, so you can do bosses consecutively. You're not constantly doing the runs back to back. As you can see, it already respawned. So this is a very viable process, guys. Now, folks, many of you know that we do have a community library here at our base. For the new members here, I just want to show you guys. First off, let me just show you where our base is located, folks. So here on Crystal Isles, 51.3, 81, we are high up on the floating islands, guys. So all the way the middle of the map towards the right. The community library, guys, for now, we're still at our structure limit, so it's not completed. But for now, you're going to see several bookshelves towards the middle of the base. Now, these are pin-coded. I do have the combination in our Discord for our members. you can enter these and you are going to see just a plethora of different blueprints. At this time, I am trying to keep just the best. There are some lower tiers, though, for some of our newbie players. I want to show you guys some of the ones I have, just so you know that this could be useful for even our high tier players. So, for example, I've got an Ascendant Flak chest piece, I have a high tier metal hatchet, and for bosses, so like let's just say you're going to do Rockwell on Aberration, I have an Ascendant Spino saddle. Now you're probably looking at that armor, 186.9, and you're thinking to yourself, well, that's not as good as you could go. We could go up to 350. Well, honestly, folks, that's not really necessary. So take one of our Mind Wipe tonics, respec, put all your points in crafting, and then go ahead and craft this thing. And you're going to come out at or very close to max. And because this armor isn't maxed out, the cost on it is much lower. So please do keep that in mind. So I do have a really great Rex saddle here. 332 armor. Pretty cheap too. Only about 7,000 ingots. The rest is very obtainable. The Giga saddle I got here, very lucky. Journeyman, so the cost is super cheap. 166.8 armor. Not even 1,000 ingots. This is dirt cheap. And like I said, if you max out your crafting, this will come out, if not at max level, very close to it. So guys, do definitely check out the page. I have an Excel spreadsheet up for you guys in our channel, and I do update that from time to time. But if you're ever looking for something particular, just let me know. And folks, too, we do welcome donations. If you've got BPs that you just don't want, rather than throw them out, let me know what you have. I'm happy to grab them from you guys. As I said, this is for the community, and we're just looking to give back. Like you can see here, I have my tech replicators, so for some of those very expensive items, you can make them here. And on this side of the base, I also have another community crafting center. So I have two stations, station over here, station over here. At this time, this is going to be our station for our base, but for any players, these items are unlocked. You can use the smithy, the chemistry bench, the fabricator, and of course, as I mentioned before, folks, the tech replicator. Folks, I want to thank you for sticking around with us for all this time. So, as I mentioned towards the beginning of the video, I do have something very special I want to announce. Every now and then, we do a giveaway, and I have got such a treat for you guys tonight. As you can see in front of me, I have bred up a special little creature for you all, a Tusoteuthis, or as we like to call them, the Gigas of the Sea. Sea Gigas, folk. Swampy thing can be your own. As you can see, got some nice colors on them. Green tentacles. I got little cyan blue going on towards the tips. And then the body, all black, folks. So this little guy can be yours. We'll be doing a giveaway on our page with a giveaway bot. Please submit, and it could be yours. As you can see, guys, very high level, 534. I've put a lot of time into this. And let me just show you just how much damage this guy can do for you. So, here, hold on. There it is. 4,545 damage, guys. Now, just so you know, that was with full imprint, but this thing is an absolute monster. So please do submit. You definitely want to be part of this. Guys, thank you again for being with us. I do want to mention a couple things here at the end. We will be doing a trapping mini-series, so do check out our channel. I'll be posting those in our tutorial section for any new players who are just looking to learn some things. That'll be on our YouTube channel as well. Anybody who happens to see these videos on YouTube is interested in joining our community, please look below in our description. You'll see the link to get on our Facebook page, our Discord. We're happy to welcome you as a family. It's a great community here, folks. Thank you, guys. You have a great evening. See you out there in Crystal Isles.